When Idea was formed, I was a singer-songwriter who hadn't performed in over 20 years and actually hadn't written a song for about 5 years. My artistic output was making fairy light lanterns, which I enjoyed doing and sold on Etsy, but music, singing, seemed to have dried up, gone from my life. The only thing I did was 3 ohms before I meditated. When Idea Dancer by Zaki Saha, who lives in Costa Rica, made a video of her dancing to one of my songs, which I put up on SoundCloud a long time ago, I was so encouraged. And it reminded me that for a long time, for a decade, I had been wanting to make a professional recording of some of the many songs that I'd written. I was looking for a record producer who understood my songs, who was spiritually aligned with me. And I found these qualities in Craig Pruis, who was also a multi-instrumentalist, so all that I was looking for in one person and more. I'd known Craig for some time, but I hadn't had the confidence or courage to ask him if I might work with him until I eventually did. The result is Flowing, which is a CD of 4 of my songs, and it's up on CD Baby. Craig is also a brilliant watercolour painter, and his wife Asta is an artist, and the 3 of us put on an Idea exhibition. Joanne Deaker, who is a fine artist in New Zealand, had some cards made of her paintings and sent those over, and by Zaki, who I mentioned before, made a calendar with Esther Geringer, who lives in Canada, and sent those over. So we were well represented, and 2 local artists came and joined Idea from the exhibition. Actually, one of them, Eva Milawa, found us on the web first. And she and I got together and started to experiment with her work, seeing whether I might add some sound and voice to her digital photo montages that she had written poems to, and then she would recite the poems and dance. Very unusual and very beautiful. And as a consequence of our working together, we put on 2 performances last month of The Cycle of Life, or The Light Shines Ceaselessly. That's the whole title. So in the 2 years since Idea's been going, and as a result of working with and getting to know other artists in Idea, I have gone from not performing to performing in my old age. I'm now singing again. I also have done some artwork, because I did the artwork for my CD, and it went through many forms, so I put some of them up in our exhibition. Never thought of myself particularly as a painter, but I so enjoyed the process. There's no knowing whether I would have done any of this if it hadn't been for Idea. Idea is all about the people who are passionate about making a difference in the world, passionate about being the change. I know that's a well-worn phrase, but I think it's very apt. So if you're an artist and you resonate with any of this, please come and join us. We are about supporting one another, encouraging one another, and forming a community. So do come and join us. Thank you for watching.